in his attempt of that question why it intends to award 4 marks. Are you with me? Why you can do that? You're looking for 3 things. Yeah. 3 things are clear. State the point in the sentence form. Give an explanation. Now, look at the next line. A meaningful sentence at what? So why is telling the examiner that for a meaningful sentence written only by the student, ignore the 4 marks. Give what? 2 marks. So that means, what is a meaningful sentence? He wrote, living by the Constitution of Ghana. And then maybe it means that try to obey the rules and regulations by applying the rule of law. Meaningful sentence, full stop. Explanation by what it means by living by the Constitution of Ghana would have attracted 2 marks. An example would have attracted an additional mark to make a total of what? Thank you very much. So what is the ratio? This is the ratio. Is to 2 is to what? 1. Making a total of what? 4. Mere mention, a meaningful sentence, an example to substantiation. It's a ratio we use to mark. So any example who takes the script and is looking for example. Okay, no example. No, and he's moving on to the next one.
What he's supposed to write. A word can change the idea of a whole sentence. And then that will bring the child to stop service. That is why we always advise that whatever they write, they should write simple and straightforward sentences. And make sure that even if you can't spell the word, that is why we have synonyms and we have antonyms. So words similar or opposite in meaning. So if you can't do this, then you can write it in the other way, you can spell it. Don't yourself safe and go by it. A good number of candidates provided answers in good English language with accurate spelling.
To be with you and to meet teachers like this. Today we are dealing with teachers teaching social studies. Yeah. Thank you very much. And all of us will recall that last year it didn't happen that way. So I was wondering, when I even looked at the result, I said, anytime English goes up, you realize that social studies, the performance will even be higher. So when we met you as core subject teachers, and then we also had our stakeholders meeting, one of the issues that came up for us to ensure that we do is to have the teachers trained so that we will be able to go into the nitty-gritties of the answering of the questions as far as our children are concerned. So it was arranged that you will be taken through such a training. And I think you are the last batch. We have also been very busy with a lot of issues, signing of performance contracts and the like. But today you are here, and I wish to welcome all of you here, and to also let you know that it is for the good of our children, the students who will be writing the BC. I know a good number of you are well-seasoned teachers, and then you have been handling the subject area for a long time. There are others also who were probably not teachers teaching that area, but because they went to a school that needed a teacher to teach that subject area, then sometimes the teacher will say that I can teach it. So you realize that some head teachers probably will give you that area to teach, which might not be your area of proficiency. So we realized that it was necessary that that you have walked through this kind of training. Not that you do not know what to do, you know it, but at least what can we all together do to make sure that Cape Coast Metro, our BEC results improves? And that is why this workshop had to come up. And so as we are here, I believe that we all avail ourselves and then make sure whatever questions that there are to ask, we will do that and then we'll move forward. We also realized, and that was when we all met, that some teachers also oftentimes will skip certain topics because, as I said early on, maybe it is not that person's field of operation. I mean, when I said I know you understand me, maybe that is not the subject that you really are well versed in it that we should teach. But because of necessity, because of a vacancy created, you are made to teach that subject area. So you realize that oftentimes the teacher will skip a certain topic because he or she might find it a bit difficult. And so I know that this is going to be so useful to us as teachers and also to the students that we teach. And then come next year, we will all be smiling at the results that will be obtained by our students. We are a metropolis, and as I said at the stakeholder meeting, recording 64%, I think 64.07% in 2019. And in 2020, our percentage pass was 61.7. And so, if we are recording such a low percentage in our results, then it means that there is something wrong somewhere. And I asked the question that going around the schools, I realized that our children are able to read. They can express themselves. So then, my issue was, why were they not able to answer the questions? And that is why we have seasoned men and women who are well versed in their areas, and then we have asked them to come and take you through this exercise to make sure that we will also be at whatever we are supposed to do and to bring our children along. I know that there are a number of challenges as far as our work is concerned. Talking about even DHS, you go to the schools and then some of the complaints are that you do not have the required textbooks and the like. I know these are there, but we also have some that we can use, lay hands on, and as teachers, we also make a bit of research to support whatever we are doing. So teachers, I know there might be one or two challenges. We will address that appropriately. So let us all be attentive, and then whatever questions that there are to ask our facilitators, we'll be able to ask them, and then we will move ahead. They should park their pragia for the time being and concentrate on their books. So as I've always been saying, let's continue to advise them, let's continue to engage parents, and then we know that we will also continue to do our part. And the key word here is our commitment to duty. If we are committed, knowing very well that these children, one day, they will also look back and see us as people who have made them. And if we are doing that, I believe that when they see us that way, when we have that kind of relationship with them and with the parents, we will move forward. And our ultimate aim is that Cape Coast Metro, we will come up. We will leave that zone, the average zone, and come to where everybody will appreciate. And we ourselves will appreciate. That's one thing that I always say. When the children perform very well, then parents will say, oh, the children did so well. I feel the children have done well. And when they fail, then they say the teachers didn't teach them anything. These are facts, because I'm a teacher also. And so let's all do whatever we can. And that is why we also have the PLCs in our schools that I know it began from the primary. We will often meet and then we will share ideas and look at the challenges and how best we can address them. So I think that going forward, we can also have our association. If it's even done, our meetings will even be done at the circuit level, so that all the teachers teaching social studies will meet, and then we'll look at topical areas and see how best we can go about them. Just like the primary schools do with the CPDs and then the PLCs, so that we can also do that as well, and then we move forward. I know it will not be long to have our common core program, the curriculum, and to say that whatever concerns are there to be addressed, we will address them appropriately, and then we will also have the good heart to teach these ones, make them or see them as our own, our siblings, our children, and our nephews and nieces, so that one day they will also look up and say that it is this teacher who has made me. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank the facilitators for availing themselves